I'm eating my pie. Hi, Leo. If anyone was in the Aries reading, you know I started talking. I could smell the pie that my daughter made. So I went and got some. How are you all? Also, evidently my screen was blurry. All right. Let's get into Leo. I think I want to use these. Cole, we were missing you yesterday. Hi, sweet Alexa. Alexa, I felt bad. There's just no way I could get. I think I already said that, but. Every day I kind of wear roller skates because I'm wearing so many hats, but. Hi, Mary. Well, now what's interesting is that there's really no such thing as an empty house. So what is on the cusp of that 12th house? Is Leo on the cusp of that 12th house? Or is Cancer on the cusp? Let me ask you this. Are you, it doesn't matter because so your houses can be different sizes depending on where you were born, the location of where you were born. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Keto again. So for anyone who doesn't know, I am a trauma-informed astrologer focused on like empowerment, and like your evolution. I am also a Reiki 2 practitioner and a metaphysical practitioner, which just means I deal in energy and I use different divination. So I love tarot cards, but I'm not like, that's not all that I do. But we use the tarot to get in to the messages that I can feel from all of your energy. I'm also like, one of my metaphysical practices is I am claircognizant and clairsentient, and I am a physical clairsentient. So I will often physically feel things that either represent something as per my relationship with my guides, or I can physically feel things from others. And I'm not a medical medium by any means, but I have definitely had experience where I think I feel something from someone and they check it out and that's what it is. Oh, Cole. Well, we missed you, Cole. There was no Cole in the Geminis. I mean, the other Geminis were there, but it's never the same without you, Cole. And everybody was asking for you. So we're doing Leo. How I do the readings on this channel is different how I do it on Soul Navigation. So this way that you can do both, right? So this is if you're a Leo Sun, Moon, Rising. And also if you have Leo North Node or if you have a packed 5th house. Woo! Sending your mom lots of love. Cool. Oh, good. Diana is right there. Is that Diana Boss or the other Diana? Diana Boss, right? Yeah. So I set out 9 cards. I do have a whole other contraption that I will have set up. That's at some point you're going to have 2 little screens on your screen, and one will be me in the corner because I'm not the bigger deal here. It's about the cards. And the other will be over the cards. So you can see, I set it all up and I tried to use it for Taurus's reading on Friday and it literally fell in the middle and wouldn't work. So I have to like use a different camera or something and we will get that. I just wanted to get these reads out so I can catch up. All right. Oh God, this is so good. I went and got the pie, guys, for anyone who is an Aries. It's so good. And also, if anybody doesn't like making pie because it's laborious, this, you can leave the skin on the apples. And then there's just like, it's almost like a paste that you make the crust and you just put it over and it cooks itself. Like, because it's butter based, so it just falls in between the apples. Oh my God, it's so good. And you crush nuts into the like crust base. We actually make it sometimes with like protein powder, so it's kind of healthy. All right, so let's look at our overall energy. That is crazy. This is the same energy that Aries had. So we have the Seven of Swords. So with that, I'm going to be clearing. Now, Seven of Swords too can be like taking what you need to go and going. It doesn't always mean that there's cheating or lying. Sometimes it's like take what you need from the situation and keep it moving. All right, but we're going to... a little energy work there. In the first row, for you guys, for your recent past, so the first row going this way, I have 3 rows going, there's 9 cards, is the recent past energy, last couple of weeks, last month, what have you. Going this way, this is all your energy. The middle row is the shared energy, and the last row going down is other. And other is whatever your environmental energy is around you right now. If your environment is focused on one person, then that's partner. If your environmental energy is focused on family or work, it's going to be whatever your environmental energy is. And if you have questions, ask, because we don't have 100 people in this chat, so you can ask me a question. I'll probably see it. Okay, Shauna. That's hard. I continue to do more work and certification, and I'm actually, hi Nicole, starting to go back to school this summer. I'm just gonna start increasing my degrees because this is my life's passion. So we have Page of Cups in your recent past. So this could have been the last couple of weeks. This could have been the last month or so, but within the recent past, Page of Cups in reverse for me is wanting to give somebody an apology or a small, like, making the move, initiating some kind of possibly romantic, but definitely some small message of love, whether that's like, that could be reaching out to someone that you've been out of contact with. That could be reaching out to a friend. That all of a sudden you realize that I haven't spoken to them in a while and I just want to reach out. It could be reaching out to a family member that, you know, things could have been left kind of awkward. The fact that it's in reverse makes me think that like there's either trepidation in reaching out or offering that apology or offering the olive branch or offering the words of love or the flirt. You could have decided that's not happening right now. You could be nervous about it, or something could have happened to piss you off, and so you didn't. So there was like a want to communicate any of that, and then deciding nope. Whether that's from nervousness, whether you saw something, for a few of you, you saw something on the internet that made you think that person's not as interested in me as I thought they were, and I'm not making a fool out of myself, quite simply. In the shared energy, we have the lovely Hierophant. This is kind of like Taurus showing up in your, Taurus energy showing up at least in your read. And the shared energy is the energy that is created by you and other. which is, I know there are a few other people that like look at that regularly in their readings, but like it's important, you know, because like, you know, the energy that you create with another person is still affecting both you and the other person, the other environment, whatever it may be. The Hierophant, you know, is a couple of, it can be, the Hierophant is one of those like really malleable, even though Taurus is a fixed sign, it's a really malleable card. It can be the wisdom of enlightenment. It's like the wisdom or sanctity, knowledge of a spiritual person or a spiritual journey. It is, you know, often we see like the ladder in the Hierophant, or we see like the Orthodox priest in the Hierophant card. Here we have an owl representing wisdom, learning, educating. But it is a hierarchy of moving up of spiritual. So I would think both of you are, whoever this is in your energy, and it could be either way. You can flip it. It can be that both of you are trying to be more aware. Both of you are no longer ignoring things that you ignored in the past. My pineapple tea. In their energy, in the recent past, we have the Emperor in reverse, which is funny because we got that. That was the first card out for Aries. Emperor in reverse, I see as a couple of things. I'm going to say, so we don't like take up 10 minutes just talking about it here, just watch the beginning of Aries. It could be somebody not feeling themselves, not feeling confident. Aries in reverse also sometimes can be somebody who like fakes it. Like somebody who like wants their ego stroked because they actually are insecure. We've all met somebody like that. We've all dealt with somebody like that. And sometimes we've had phases in our life where we've been like that. The bark being bigger than our bite. You know, Napoleonic complex. When I see somebody that's trying to have power over other people, I just think they are dealing with some kind of inferiority complex, and they're trying to, they're trying to exert as much power as they can to override their innate sense of insecurity because they're hiding it. It can be an ego death. And it can just be you not feeling in yourself, or this is in the other's position. I can't wait till I can get the overhead camera for you guys. But let me just show you. Gorgeous Emperor card. I don't actually hate this Emperor card. Like, the Emperor is not my favorite. Like, it's a necessary card, but I often don't love it. Like, if I see an Emperor card coming out when I'm looking into someone's person, I don't always love it, but this is such, some of them have like a really beautiful energy to them. This one does. But there's a lot of adornment. You know, sometimes people adorn themselves with pomp and circumstance, power, labels, that kind of thing to make themselves, because inside they don't feel great. Could be an ego death, and if you want to learn about that, go watch the beginning of the Aries video. Then in the current energy, we have the Knight of Swords in your energy. And it's interesting because like a couple weeks ago or a month ago, I'm smiling at you, alien. A month ago or a couple of weeks ago, I think that you were like, I'm not sure that I want to extend the flirt, extend the apology, extend the olive branch, extend the comfort, whatever it was. Hi, Meredith. Meredith's in here. But now there's a want to go forward, right? With this, you have something to say. The Knight of Swords rushes in. I have a funny relationship with the Knights. I feel like, Knight of Cups is kind of a love bomber, which is great. I like to see a more mature energy in the progression of the reading. We're going to clarify this. I want to see whether this Knight of Swords is coming in to be like, you're not doing that again, or the Knight of Swords is coming in to speak their truth. Whatever the hesitation was, with the Page of Cups in reverse, this is definitely tied to it, and there's a progression. In the shared energy between you and other, we have the Five of Wands. This particular card, and again, I'm choosing the deck based on what my intuition tells me to grab for each energy, because there's always going to be something in the artwork. That's why we have a million different decks. This Five of Wands, Five of Swords is external fighting energy to me, and Five of Wands is internal fighting energy. This one is manipulation, quite clearly. So we may have two people that are not, especially if Leo's person is either suffering an ego death, or they're just not feeling themselves, or, they're faking the funk. They're hiding their insecurities in lots of bravado. It makes sense that the manipulation card is in the shared energy, because you're hesitant on what you may want to say to that person, and they're not maybe coming from the most authentic place. Okay. What I like, though, right? And like how it started and how it's going is exactly how these reads go, because it's not necessarily going to, when you're hearing what last week's energies are and the current energies, we're going to clarify, and things change and things progress. What I do like is that we have the Death card in their current energy. And this Death card I find especially beautiful. Thank you, Meredith. Everyone has Chiron and Aries now. Chiron stays in a sign for quite a long time. If it's your natal Chiron, which mine is, and in my 7th house, I don't blame you. We've all been feeling Chiron for a while. It's got a little bit, and then it'll move again. Everybody should set their notifications, because honestly, schedules and my North Nodes and Pisces schedules have a harder time working for me. I can show up for somebody else. I know that every Sunday at 12:30 I'm there for Meredith. It takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to, I think I've missed 2 in 2 years of her, seriously. But for Connie Joe, I'm always going to be there on a Tuesday, and we're going to be moving Connie Joe's to 7 or 7:30 instead of 5:30, because it's harder for people to make it. But anyway, but for myself, I got to do it when my energy is there. Also, when I'm feeling really inspired and really connected is when I want to give you guys a reading. So if you set the notifications, I'll be going live at least 12 times a week. So you have a good chance of catching me one way or the other. This death, this transformation, is what they need. If somebody is going through an ego death, transformation is what you want to see. You don't want to see them bury their head in the sand from what universe is trying to bring up to their awareness. So the transformation is fantastic. The other thing about the Death card, especially this one, is we can already see what's growing from what they let go of. Now, I said I like to see progression from the Knight of Swords to like a more mature Queen of Swords or King of Swords. In any knights, I like to see progression. We have the King of Swords in your energy upcoming. Unfortunately, it's upside down. You mad. You big mad. I mean, it's never a good idea to like piss a Leo off in general. One of my very favorite humans is this gorgeous, gorgeous Leo creature. Her name is Robin. And I get Robin. Maybe it was my Aries moon, but I got her and she got me, and I can't say enough how much I love her. I'll have to tell her I mentioned her here. Don't piss her off. Because then you get Rhonda. And if she ever watched, she will fall over laughing when she hears that. But like, you don't want to piss a Leo off. I literally, Karen, you should stick around because at the end of Sag, today, because I'll do like all 3 signs in one day. But the end of Sag today, because I'm still growing, so I get these small rooms. It's not like Meredith's, 300 people wanting to answer a question, ask a question. So I'm gonna probably do free mini reads. I just like to do that because I appreciate everybody that's like helping me grow my channel. But this is big mad energy. King of Swords upset. So it was like, maybe I'll offer them an apology. Maybe I'll offer them an olive branch or a flirt or whatever. You'll know what it is for you. Whatever happened in between, then you're like, no, now I'm going to need to tell you what I need to tell you and what you need to hear. And that has moved to big mad, and you're going to hear it. So we're going to clarify because I want to see how I can like navigate you through that energy. Because clearly something has to be said, come up. This repression of this is no good. Fire signs and repression don't do well. I have a niece who's a Leo, and I love her so much. Actually, she gave me these cards. Every time I use these cards, I talk about Faithy. This was my birthday present from her last year, and I adore her. And she is my daughter's best friend in the whole wide world. Yes, they're cousins, but they just happen to be truly soulmates. And we call her the tiny terrorist. Like, she's the sweetest, nicest. I love her to death, but like, I would not want to be in her path. Like, she's gonna get stuff done. She's like, and Leo can be like that, right? So like, fire signs can be like that. So somebody got you up in I get realistic readings. You're a big mad next week. It just is what it is, right? We have a shared energy of the Hermit going inwards to like, there's exile, and then there's self-appointed exile where we're like, I'm going to get quiet with myself because I just have to figure out what's going on. It is the wisdom of the self. It's the card of Virgo, right? So it's the self-mastery, and it's the wisdom to know sometimes it's time to get quiet and examine what. Hi, Diana. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sharing is very helpful. It's the wisdom of going inward. So it looks like you go from this energy to like, everybody is in their timeout corner. They need to close a chapter. This ego death, this transformation, and that's also Scorpio's card, and Scorpio has the South Node on it right now. So Scorpio's going through it. The World card in reverse means you are so close. If it's on the table, the energy is there. And your free will is what can take that energy where you want it to be. We like to see the World card in the upright, sure. But the World card in reverse doesn't mean life is upside down, but it means that they're still going, like, it doesn't excuse whatever they did probably to get you to big mad, but they're definitely going through a whole change in their life. I don't know if they're there yet. And if this person does have Scorpio planets, placements, then they are really going through a transformation, and they're probably feeling it. They're probably feeling it. So we're going to clarify. It is crazy that I feel like I need more cards, but I do. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. Let's clarify with these. Let's do love is love. You know, Mary, I'm going to share something really, really personal. I really empathize with you for that. I had COVID in 2020 when it was first a problem. And I was in New York. And I was pretty sick. But I ended up with post-COVID. And I almost passed so I have the long haulers post-COVID. And when it was at its worst, when I was in the hospital, I couldn't think of words. And I couldn't, I'm going to get emotional. I couldn't communicate properly, and my brain wasn't working. I had like all the fog and everything else they talk about. And I remember talking to my best friend and my brother at the time and said, like, I couldn't walk off a curb without somebody helping me. And months before that, I was running and squatting and planking. So it was crazy. It felt like my body had been attacked. And I remember on the phone saying, like, if I end up in a wheelchair, I end up in a wheelchair. I cannot lose my brain. I cannot lose my communication. I have Gemini Mercury at the top of my chart. So I understand as a double Gemini how hard that may have been. And now you all know something about me. But truth, I would have been better. Thank God. You know, I'm not back to functioning where I was physically. I still struggle and I have bad weeks. But my brain is back, and if I have to choose, that's how I prefer it to be. All right. Woo, hoo, hoo, hoo. Yeah. Yep. Leo, this is some reading. And if you want, I will pull a message. Yeah. Yeah, COVID almost got me twice. And so now that's why this all works for me, because I have to be extra careful. I can't get it a second time. I can't. Pineapple tea. Like, you take the skins from a pineapple and you boil it with like cloves and cinnamon and turmeric and ginger, like all fresh. And then I make a gallon of it and I put this sugar-free cinnamon syrup in it. It is so delicious. I'm gonna do personal little mini reads at the end of Sag, which we're gonna be done with this one soon, and then I'm going to Sag. Yeah, I'm excited for your full-time work too, Mary. And replay viewers, just set your notifications. I'm gonna go live 12 times a week. You'll catch me at some point. So clarifying all last week, I don't like to spend a lot of time on the past energy. We have Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Pentacles is the card of waiting. It is, I bought the Cracker Jacks. I ate my effing Cracker Jacks. I want my stick-on tattoo. Where is my prize? It's frustration. It's the card of waiting. Now, this waiting card is, we can see the chakras here, right? We can see somebody who's trying to be balanced, but feeling like I am doing all the Like, I'm doing all the spiritual work. I'm meditating. You wanted me not to be mad? I meditated. Guess what? I'm still mad. This is somebody who's actively working on, and as we see, there's awakening and awareness in that shared energy. So this is somebody who's like doing all the spiritual work too, and like getting like, when does it come? When does the peacefulness come? When does all of this come? Like, I'm doing what everyone's telling me to do. Also, awakening and journey is kind of sold, in my personal humble opinion, a lot different than it actually happens. That's another whole video for another whole time. So there's the frustration here. But it's time for the frustration to be over, which is when we come to the communication. That's when we come in with the Knight of Swords. Now, to clarify the Knight of Swords, there is, I said, either you're coming, we want clarification. I love the way universe works. I said when I pulled the Knight of Swords that I wanted to see the clarification, because this could be like, I'm not holding it back, I have feelings for you. And this could be like, and another thing. It could be like your whole chest, your New York or whatever coming out to tell somebody like, these are my boundaries, we're done with this. Or it might be rushing in to share words of feelings. We have Ace of Cups. Again, if this isn't partner, this could just be an olive branch. I was also kind of feeling for some of you, for a small group of you, this is olive branch to a friend, family, what have you. This wanting to play chess and wanting things to be better, not going the right way about it, is clarified by the Sun, which is your card, Leo. That along with the Strength card, which is also on the board. So there, again, there might be a little bit of an energy of everybody's pretending they are happy. You know what I mean? Like, everybody is like faking it on like frustrated and a little annoyed, and this thing is bugging them. But as far as you can see on social media, they're good. They're good. You would like pineapple tea if you like something like pumpkin pie ice cream, which has all that like warm, spicy tones to it, but it's cold. If you're used to having like hot apple cider or those things like warm, that's ice cold. I have it over ice, and I quite like the cold but warm spice feeling. Yeah. I changed it last night, Corey. I get bored. That's why my hair is always different. And so this death transformation, we have the Star card, the healing card in reverse. Again, it's on the table for them. They're going through a lot. It's on the table for them. They haven't fully stepped into their healing. They're going through a complete transformation. I think an ego death. And this is going to take some time. I'm not the reader that's going to sit here and tell you your person's going to call you next week, or your person's ready to hear those words. I don't think that they are. I think that they're going through their own little mini crisis, and they may not be receptive. But what I want to share with you is, if they are not receptive, that's not about you. It's usually never about you. But if they're not receptive to your apology, to your flirt, to your affirmations, to, to any of that, that's not about you. It's not about you, baby. That is about where they're at. Fun fact, pineapple has a chemical in it called bromelain. Bromelain is what we use on the skin to prep for facials and stuff. When you eat a pineapple, it eats you back, because that bromelain will eat away for, harmful bacteria. So when you make pineapple tea from the skins, and you put whole cloves in there, which are the strongest edible antioxidant that we have as humans that we can ingest, it is like, it's death becomes her tea. I have that, and I have my collagen stuff. It's for everyone in here. It's so good for you. And it helps digestion. Like if you have anything, like any kind of issues with digestion, I have a huge glass of ice, I guess ice pineapple tea every day. It's so great. Yep. When you eat pineapple, it eats you back. All right. Clarifying the King of Swords in reverse, the big mad, the now you, because I don't think that they've received you. I think you did rush in, and I don't think they've received you. I think there's some manipulating, pretending energy too. I think you can just let pineapple sit in its own jar for a while and it makes alcohol. It's kind of crazy. We have the Devil card. Whatever this is, and this person, whether it's them or the transition that they're going through and how that affects you, this is triggering. This might be a little triggering for you, Leo. And I know that you want to, I know that you really want to make this work. And I feel like Leo, who sees almost approval as love, as part of identity, it feels like approval feels like love sometimes to Leo and Leo placements. I don't think, however, this person is gonna, or this environmental thing or the family or the job reacts to this effort that you put forth. I don't think that made you feel so good, and it's going to trigger some old bad habits. But I am going to tell you again that it's not about you. I hope you find this. I'm manifesting that everyone that needs to find this will, because I don't want you to sit in that energy. I don't want you to let the bad thoughts and the self-sabotaging thoughts creep in again. Because they're like, their problem is literally just that. It's their problem. And there is nothing you did to deserve it. And it's, you won't. Clarifying the Hermit, when you both go to your own respective corners, that's actually the Strength card. That's you at your best. So like, if you feel the need to go to your corner, just go to your corner, but don't go to your corner with that guy. Don't go to the corner with the self-sabotaging habits. You know, this can also be like, honestly, for a few of you, this is big mad, and this can also be crazy hot sex. Capricorn. So this could be, you know, some good old-fashioned hate sex. I don't know. I don't think so. But if that's anyone, that's like one or two of you. I really think that this is self-sabotaging behaviors. I know, like, is it a tarot channel, or like I'm always talking about food on here and recipes? I'm not mad at it though. This Strength card I love for you, because it's strength in a way that you may not see it as strength at first, but I promise you, this is going to, when you go into that hermit mode and you examine, that's why I love the clarification. And when you examine the thoughts, the triggering, and all of that, that's where your strength is going to come from. So we can't change anyone else's free will. Don't ever wait on someone else to bring you an apology, an offer, anything else for you to feel okay to be you. You can wait for somebody to get better as long as you don't stay in waiting energy. That's a whole other thing. But don't let somebody else's free will control your self-esteem or your self-love. And I believe that that is something that comes to you, that you're going to have that moment soon, right? There's lots of personal development here, which I love. Now, what's crazy is what I said was the thing about the world card, when it's upside down, we have the free will to turn it in the right side up. And there it is. This also looks like one of my friends on TikTok. Like, it just so looks like him. It's crazy. All of it. So, and I do have a TikTok if you want to follow me on there. I don't post a lot on there. I used to, I don't. We're turning the world card upside down. Let's get a message from your person. I'm like gonna make another message from your person deck, I think. I can't find a lot like this. This one is super tiny. It wasn't crazy expensive. It was a little bit more expensive than some of my other tarot decks or oracle decks, but it took forever to get here because it came from England. But these are hard to find where they're not like just super cheesy. Let's get a message from your person. I just think that like their energy is a little, I mean, we saw the Seven of Swords come out as the overall. I'm focused on work. That work is working on themselves. Now let's pull you an oracle card and I get to read to you. And then I'm going to take like a tiny little break. And then we're going to do, I have not been doing Leo for almost an hour. Have I? Stop it. Yeah, it was 40 minutes. Your inner light will guide you. This is my new beautiful deck. And these furry little people, that represents like that inner part of you that you carry. Your wounds, your dark passenger, your inner child, your shadow work. But, you know, it's not dark and creepy. We're supposed to just love all the parts of us. We're not supposed to shame or banish or get rid of our shadow work. So what number is this? 15. All right, so this is the part of the reading where I hold up a card and read to you. 222 in UK. Oh, I love that. Light your own torch now and use this inner light to guide you on the path. Your inner light will illuminate the stony ground, the loose rocks, the thorns, the ditches, all along the way. Keep your inner light burning bright and trust the story unfolding beneath your feet. No one else can light the way. See, free will. This is important because you're going to need this for yourself because you're not going to get light from this person right now. It is the light in your heart that will give you the greatest guidance. When all about you falls into darkness, which we saw with the King of Swords upside down and the Devil card, you may feel utterly alone at present. But know that others can see your light and the way that you are showing it. The torch that you bear will become the light that inspires others to step out of the crowd and follow the radiance of their soul. You are a way shower. Oh, I love that. Oh, look at all the twos. Twos are movement and manifestation. It is the place where we take our thoughts, right? Because we have our feelings and our thoughts and our passion, and then we have to make them materialize. We have cups as our emotions. We have swords as our thoughts and words. And we have wands as our passions and our desires and our angers. But to make them all materialize, that's where the pentacles come, right? So when we see pentacles, that's when things are actually showing up. Right now, we have a lot of thoughts and words and inner strength and whatnot. Just be gentle with yourself while this person is going through whatever they're going through. I almost can't, both Aries and Leo now, like I kind of can't wait to see next week. I'm going to take a few minute break and I'm going to come back with Sagittarius. And at the end of Sagittarius, as long as there's not like 100 people in the room, which I don't think there will be, I should be so lucky that there should be 100 people in the room. So my words are my manifestation tools. Then I'll do a few free mini readings. I'll pull a card or two. You can ask one question, and that'll be at the end of Sag. So I will see you all in a few minutes. Give me like 6 minutes and put the rest of that pie in my mouth. I love you. Know you love you.